Welcome to everybody here. I'm Louise Friis Hansen from FIG.
And my name is Paula Dijkstra from the Netherlands, from Dutch Kadaster. Welcome here in rainy Apeldoorn. It's good to be here and good to see you.
And thank you very much, Paula, for letting us come in here. We do miss all of you who are sitting behind the screens, but we do feel that you are here with us anyway.
Exactly. And while we make our way into the studio to start the official opening ceremony, you can watch the official opening statement of our Secretary General, Mr. Maarten Schuring, of the Ministry of the Interior and Kingdom Relations. So see you there and enjoy today and all the rest of the days. See you soon.
Good morning, participants in the 2021 FIG Symposium. I am Maarten Schuring, Secretary General of the Ministry of the Interior and Kingdom Relations, and I've been given the honor of opening this conference today. The next few days focus on the smart surveyor. Inadvertently, I associate this with, pardon the cliche, men and women bearing surveyor rods, plowing through fields and roaming along hedgerows. Surveyors have always needed to be smart, even centuries ago, and were often capable of much more than just measuring land. Just think of Antony van Leeuwenhoek, who became famous for his self-built microscope and his microbiological discoveries in 17th century Delft. He obtained his surveyor's certificate in 1669 and later contributed to the measurement of the Nieuwe Kerk, one of Delft's most important landmarks. I can assure you, I am fully aware that the clichés I just portrayed are miles away from how modern-day surveyors practice their profession. The program for this conference immediately reveals that surveyors are more likely to adapt to the times than people in many other professions. Looking at the program, you will also see that full use is being made today of all the possibilities offered by technological advancements. This is precisely why geodata and the surveyor's profession are so incredibly important for the Netherlands today. Without geodata, the navigation system in my car would be useless. And that would be an immense problem because I no longer keep any road maps in my car. Lack of geodata would also give rise to many other problems in relation to society. The housing shortage, for example. How would we be able to determine where new houses can be built without geodata? There are many other social issues with regard to urban planning for which geodata is indispensable. Fortunately, the Netherlands, a small, densely populated country where almost every square centimeter has been mapped out, is progressive in the development and use of geodata. I give you two examples. Number one, we always need to be alert when it comes to keeping our feet dry in this country, part of which is situated below sea level. We can only do this if we keep our ditches, waterways and canals free from flotsam and jetsam and pump the water out of our polders and discharge it into the sea. Many years ago, the inspection of waterways took a great deal of time and human effort. We do this now much more efficiently, thanks to artificial intelligence, photographic and satellite images, and self-learning technology. And if we encounter any problems, we call on our professionals. This is how we can keep our feet dry, despite the labor shortage. Number two, the entire surface and substrate of our planet has been mapped out digitally, which enables us to quickly gain a clear picture of the physical lay of the land. This is important not only when deciding how to allocate the scarce amount of space available in the Netherlands, but also with regards to other issues, for example, issues relating to the energy transition. Advanced technology and geodata enable us to create a digital twin of the actual situation. And this means that you can simulate the effect of various policies on specific areas. Public administrators can use this technology to gauge the effect of their policies before adopting them. The surveyor's expertise in these examples remains indispensable today, even if we no longer wander about the countryside armed with surveyor rods, but derive our data from aerial photography, satellite images, and artificial intelligence instead. We here in the Netherlands consider it a great honor that the 2021 FIG conference themed Smart Surveyor for Land and Water Management is held in the Netherlands and is therefore allowing us to contribute to the development of the profession. Geoinformatie Nederland is hosting this week-long symposium in conjunction with the Dutch Land Registry Board and the Faculty of Geoinformation Science and Earth Observation of the University of Twente. These organizations represent the interests of geoinformation and high-quality surveying in the Netherlands. And yes, of course, we had planned to show you the beauty of our country during this conference. The windmills, the tulips, the canals, the Delta Works, the Van Gogh Museum, the polder. It's a pity that COVID has made this impossible. Well, COVID has made it impossible to visit the Netherlands physically this week. A digital FIG symposium, however, also offers opportunities. We are dedicated to sharing knowledge, and thanks to this conference online, we can do so faster and more broadly than ever, with an audience of more than 1,000 participants from almost 100 countries. Moreover, a digital conference is perfectly in line with a profession where craftsmanship and technology go hand in hand. The profession of the smart surveyor of today and of the future. I wish you all an enjoyable, inspiring, and educational symposium. Have fun.
Welcome back in the studio. Paula and I are now back in the studio. We have a slight change in this program because unfortunately there was something wrong with the video that we were going to show you, or maybe we stepped over some plugs or something when we walked in here, Paula. We will continue with the program, so I'm really happy to have Rudolf Steiger here, FIG President, and Ron Rosma from TIN International, or as you say in Dutch, GIN, I think, the Dutch Association of Surveyors. So, and we are happy to be back inside. The weather wasn't really as we had hoped for, but here in the studio it's nice and warm and good, and we are welcoming all of you to this nice opening. We will also welcome the two other organizers of this conference, Cadastre and ITC, later. All three Dutch partners in this FIG conference are members of FIG. This opening ceremony will provide the official start of the FIG Working Week and its theme and its unique virtual character. So the welcome speech that you're going to see now, and now I hope that we will not face any further technical problems. They will really set the scene for the rest of the week and what to come. And I think the way that we faced some technical problems here this morning, well, it is the first time that we are broadcasting from a studio and broadcasting an FIG Working Week, not with live participation, but virtually. So this is what we face when we do something virtually. But I hope that you will bear over with us and that you will continue and follow us today and the rest of the days. So, Paula, could you please talk us through what are we going to see, what's going to happen here in the next hour?
Certainly, Louise. Thank you. Yeah, we will have the opportunity to hear the official words of welcome by the organizing partners. So they will give the floor, and after they give their official statements, I will ask them to plug in. You already see this device on the table. I will ask them to officially and symbolically plug into this virtual event. In between the words of welcome, you will have the opportunity to watch the interview with our keynote speaker, Mr. Arnold Brecht. This interview is prepared by the fourth Dutch partner of FIG in the Netherlands, Geomades. They are the publisher of GIM International, and Dirk Haarsma interviewed Mr. Arnold Brecht. So you will have the opportunity to watch that in between the opening statements. So Rudolf, can I give you the floor first, and maybe you have some words of introduction?
Let's get started here. Rudolf, we will start with you, president of FIG. This is actually the third year in your presidency, in your term of presidency, but it's only your second working week due to the fact that there wasn't anyone last year. So the last time all of us actually met was in Hanoi in 2019. So we are very happy to be back here again, and I'm glad that Rudolf managed to pick me up in Düsseldorf airport and could drive us to Apeldoorn, where we are now. In his daily life, Rudolf is professor at Bochum University. So the word is yours, Rudolf.
Thank you. Thank you, Louisa. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening to all of you all over the world, sitting in your homes in front of your screens. Colleagues and friends, ladies and gentlemen, it's a big pleasure for me to be here part of this opening and say a few words of welcome. It's also a big pleasure for me to be a small part of this local organizing committee, and I would like to say something about it. Today we start a working week, which started already 6 years ago, when the Dutch Association was bidding in 2016 for this event. The bid was successful. We allocated the working week 2020 to this. And you all know, unfortunately, we had to skip it in March 2020. And then we decided 2 months later that we try it again in 2021, where we are now. But last year in October, we had to decide with heavy hearts, it's only an electronic one. Before I come to this, I would like to inform you about the decision Council was taking 2 days ago about the next venues. So as you can see, the next Congress next year will not be in South Africa, it will be in Poland, in Warsaw in Poland. The working week 25 will be in Brisbane, Australia, and the Congress 2026 will be in Cape Town, South Africa. But let's jump back now to this working week. Have a look at the logo. You see this E for electronic. This is the very first time that FIG is organizing an electronic virtual conference. What is more important? The topic. Have a look at the topic. So if you look for experts in land and especially water management, you are here in the Netherlands in the right place. And we should not forget the new reality. We, of course, will also address COVID-19 and the impact on all of us, and especially also on our profession and on FIG. When we took this decision last year in October, we set up some core principles. We want to inspire, we want to connect, but we also want to enlarge our community. We want to offer network possibility, quality, good sessions, and we realized, of course, it will be a real global event with the challenge of mastering the time zones. Different professional groups should be addressed. We want to exchange knowledge, and we want to offer an attractive virtual program. After attending the working weeks, the goals are clear. We want to inspire, we want to be connected, we want to have more energy, we want to have gained some knowledge, and we want to be part of a vital living community. Let's have a brief look at the new format. One of the new formats is AMA, which means Ask Me Anything. After each session, there will be 30 minutes for question and answers. That's for the plenary, but that's also for the technical sessions. The plenary sessions are shorter and in different formats. We try to adapt this to the new virtual format. And we also, please be careful, the plenary sessions start at different times in the day according to the time zones. In the technical sessions, we wanted to avoid boring presentation one after the next, one after each other. Therefore, not all papers who are allocated are presented, but You can use here again AMA if you want to know more about this or that paper which was not presented. The authors will be there in the session. Networking activities. This is very important. We want to offer you different possibilities for ice breaking. The first possibility is you can set up a meeting one by one, maximum 3 minutes in your hop-in system. If it's a good conversation, you can continue. You can find a person, click and set up a personal meeting, max 5 people. Look out for polls organized by our LOC. And there are, in the breaks, informal break sessions. During the breaks, maximum 20 persons are on the screen, but more can participate. So use this opportunity. Explore and use your hop-in system. Check out the different formats. Be active, enjoy, and have fun. And I wish you and I wish us all a nice, interesting working week, electronic week 2021. And I hope that we can meet physically next year again. Thank you.
Thank you, Rudolf. And I would like to do an action or an active action for fun and enjoy. If it is correct, you will have a plug at your side of the table.
Side of the table.
And I would like to invite you to plug in the first power plug. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was the first handling. So more to come, people. Now I will introduce you to the first interview part of Mr. Arnold Brecht. He is the Dean of Education and of the Wageningen University and a professor of geoinformation. He's also the chair of the Center of Geodesy and Geoinformatics. And he will set the scene in 3 parts with an interview. And he will zoom in on the Dutch geosector. He will talk about smart solutions for land and water management, fitting with our theme. And he will also discuss the role of geoinformation in relation to solutions for climate change, as well as how we can contribute to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. So enjoy watching the first part, and then we will return back here and go to the next opening words.
We work together already for a long time because Netherlands is a relatively small country in size, so collaboration between different parties is quite essential. And we have established these relationships by GeoSamen. Of course, each entity, geobusiness, government and science, they have their own specific role, and that's also respected. However, for enhancing or developing the geosector, collaboration is sometimes essential, and therefore we have this organizational infrastructure where all parties are really involved, so the complete geosector, all the academic and education institutions and also the governmental organizations are involved. The most important developments the geo world will foresee in the coming years, we have identified those also in GeoSamen, and to list them, first of all, we see the further development of the geoinformation infrastructure. The second one, more emphasis on data quality. The third one is artificial intelligence as a mechanism to extract information from the amount of data. The fourth one is the digital twin. So creating better images or twins effect of the digital and social world. The fifth one is ethics, geoethics, in order to guarantee that the amount of data is used also in in a solid way and for citizens and society. And the last one, of course, is education, because we still need more people who can contribute to our geo sector in the Netherlands, but also all over the world. Yeah, the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic on the geo sector, of course, is very obvious. First of all, the fact that we are now online following this conference instead of being physically present in Amsterdam, it's a huge effect. So social interaction is less. Having said that, however, you see that the normal activities still continue and I think even accelerate, because there's more emphasis on data, more attention for data worldwide, and also the role of space or geoinformation as an enabler to pinpoint or to make problems more explicit has been stressed significantly.
And welcome back to the studio again. And in the studio, we are very happy to also have Ron Rosma. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Rosma. Dutch names are very, very difficult.
I'm very pleased.
It's very good to have you here with us. Ron is president of Geoinformatie Netherlands, also called GIN, I think. And you've been president for around a year now. You took over from Peter Hoogwerf, which I think many of our spectators know because he's been around in FIG for many years. So it's very nice also to welcome you now to FIG, Ron. In your daily life, you are director of geodesic engineering company Facto Geo. And I will please give the word to you now. Thank you.
Thank you, Louise. Yeah, welcome to everyone all around the world, and especially our special guest, Rudolf Steiger and Louise, that you came over to the Netherlands. Welcome. Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank all the members of FIG that we have the opportunity to organize this event. And I'm also pleased that our two partners, Kadaster and ITC Enschede, also helped us to organize this event. And last but not least, I would like to thank the local organizing committee. They did hard work, Paula and the team, and I think it was a challenge, but yeah, right now we are happy that things are so far going smoothly. Yeah, I know the pandemic has affected everyone all around the world, but it gave us also an opportunity to organize a digital event. As GIN, we had to practice several times last year because we couldn't meet in person. Yeah, so we had some practice nowadays. And yeah, the Netherlands face a lot of challenges. The Netherlands is small, the Netherlands is flat, parts are below sea level, and geoinformation plays a vital role to support our society to to find solutions, how to organize the Netherlands well. In the land survey business, we face a lot of competition because it's small. There are many survey companies, but that also stimulate us to find innovations and to be ahead of competition. So Holland is a quite challenging country, as I say. Yeah, what do I expect in this working week? For me, it's the first time. Yeah, we would like to inspire you with the Dutch approach. I think in the Netherlands we have a unique cooperation between the scientific, the private and the public sector. But we also would like to learn from other associations and other members, because you also have innovative solutions, and maybe we can bring that back to the Netherlands. So I would like to invite you to share that with us. Yeah, I wish you all an enjoyable week. And yeah, I really hope that we will meet soon in person. I'm looking forward to that, and all the best, and hopefully we enjoy this week. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ron, for these very nice words of welcome. I would like to invite you to also officially plug in on behalf of GIN.
Okay.
You will have a red cable to plug in, and I'm really curious for the people watching in Hop-In, if they can predict the next color that we will use. So please type it in, and we will see if you will find, if you know.
Now
So
it depends where I plug it in.
Please the second one. Yes. Yes, perfectly.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will go to the second part of the interview with Arnold Brecht. This will focus on smart solutions for land and water management. Please enjoy, and then we will return with new people on the table.
I think it's extremely important. The Netherlands is well, a rather flat country, and of course land and water management requires very detailed geoinformation about elevation, about position of water, waterways. So for land and water management, geoinformation is vital. If you think about future smart solutions in the combination of geoinformation and land and water management, I think we can really benefit from the combination of our existing data and infrastructures on land and water management in combination with artificial intelligence to really do our management smarter, even smarter than we do now. And I think that this combination should be further explored in order to come to better land and water management, probably not only in the Netherlands but also worldwide, because water is a vital source all over the world. To be honest, I think there's no real main challenge. I think all the issues we mentioned before are important, and I think the main challenge is to come to a balanced attention to the different topics in relation to each other. And for instance, collecting more data without ethics does not really make sense. So I think that's just an example. So I think the combined approach of all the different fields together is important. And of course, to highlight at least one, we need we need people, of course, to really do the nice things we want to do. So education is always a challenge.
And welcome back again in the studio. As the bright viewer may have noticed, we have changed the seating here around the table. So Rudolf and Ron have left us right now, only for a while. And now here at the table we have Frank Tierolf and also Freek van der Meer. Nice to see you here. Frank is from Cadastre and Freek is from ITC University of Twente. So first we go to you, Frank. It's very nice to have you here. You represent the Dutch Cadastre. As I have learned, it's actually not called that, but we all internationally call it Dutch Cadastre. But it is the Dutch Cadastral Land and Registry Mapping Agency. And you are really a promoter of and a partner of GEO and emphasizing the relevance of innovation both in the Netherlands and also abroad. And also what is very nice is the way you are a very good ambassador of partnering between the public and the private and the academic sector. You are also a member of the Executive Committee Europe and a representative of the high-level group in UNGGIM. You started your career, I can understand, already as an intern in Cadastre.
Few years ago.
So you've been there only a few years. We welcome you very much here, and I also need to say that we have very much enjoyed being partnering with you for this working week. It's been really, really nice that you have been so supportive to this working week so that this here all can take place. So Frank, the word is yours, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Louise. Honored guests, dear ladies and gentlemen, bienvenue, mesdames et messieurs, sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, friends from all over the world. Such an international community gives me the same vibe as the Eurovision Song Festival that was held here in the Netherlands quite recently. Rotterdam was in May the place where many nations came together and people in different positions and backgrounds were joining the event to celebrate music and inspiration. And today, I have the same feeling. Don't worry, I promise I will not sing. A warm welcome to you all from all over the world. It's such an honor and pleasure for me to host, together with the other partners, Dutch partners and the FIG Bureau, this year's FIG Working Week. We meet each other virtually, but are at least able to connect. We recognize old friends and we will meet new friends along the way during this working week. Once again, a warm welcome on behalf of the Netherlands Land Registry, Cadastre and Mapping Agency, in short, Cadastre, as most of you might know. I'm excited that we have more than 1,200 participants coming from all over the world. And it's great that you are able to join us. The digital network proves its value. And I'm sure that during this week, digitalization will be mentioned frequently. Of course, it's a pity that we cannot welcome you here physically in the Netherlands, but I hope that we can facilitate an operational digital connection. It's one of the things we are proud of, being a strong tech country. The COVID-19 pandemic hit us hard and still is not over. It affected families, friends, neighbors, and colleagues hard. People got sick or worse. Many of us experienced a long time of restrictions in social contact and the closing of society at large as a result of the lockdowns. Economic activities were and still are severely influenced and even came in places to a full stop. A bizarre difference with the years before 2020, where the global economy has grown for more than 10 years in a row. A wake-up call where awareness of the fragile nature of our societies and economies has increased. But also the realization that the use and adaptation of technology, including big data, algorithms, digital connections, has speeded up strongly. Considering the housing market, COVID-19 has not influenced the housing market in the Netherlands in a negative way. On the contrary, in the last 12 months, the number of registered deeds and mortgages exceeded our expectations. And at Cadastre, we moved overnight from 8 existing offices to more than 2,200 offices at home. As we had already a strong and sound foundation of digital working stations, surveyors could plan and execute their activities from their own homes. Cooperation, solidarity, and smart applications enabled a smooth process. During this working week, we will hear more about the access to and use of data and the technology that enables this. We will share knowledge and experiences and talk about the practical use of geographic data. As you probably know, and it is already said, the Netherlands is a rather small country with a large population of over more than 17 million inhabitants, meaning that space is scarce and the many challenges in society carefully and committed decision making. The national government does this not on its own, but together with provinces, municipalities, water boards, the private sector, the academic community, and our citizens. Involvement of this last group of stakeholders has become more and more important when it considers their own living environment. A democratic process that requires from parties, be it public, private, or research institutions, to be well prepared and involved. Their underlying data is needed for oversight and insight, enabling effective decision making. And during this FIG week, we will share our experiences regarding the way how we organize and govern space in the Netherlands. And as Cadastre, we would like to inform you about the relevance of digitalization, in particular the developments regarding the cadastral map, the governance of data, and the digital twin. Especially when climate change related challenges are involved, reliable modeling, data modeling, is of huge importance. As you might know, the Netherlands is a country that is tied to water challenges. Dikes prevent seawater from the North Sea to enter the land. And also flooding caused by heavy rainfall has become a factor of importance. Reliable geodata provides the basis for related decision making. And not only in the Netherlands, but at global level, we experience the change in climate. This means an even more clever use of our joint community knowledge, technology, data, and networks. We can learn from each other and need to work together to realize the best all-inclusive solution making. As Cadastre, we like to contribute to this, and we are looking forward to learn from Cadastres worldwide. This week's offers a great opportunity. A synonym for Cadastre is certainty. Certainty about borders. We measure and register them. So in the Netherlands, every centimeter of its almost 1,000 square kilometers of surface has been registered. More than 8 million parcels. However, challenges in society require from us to look and act over borders. Looking over borders offers learning opportunities. It's our task as a surveyor community to collect information, to share it, and to see how it can be implemented in a practical way. And also to inspire each other and learn from each other. I'm sure that this working week offers enough opportunities to do this all at once. I wish you all an exciting time, and I'm looking forward to hear your stories. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a warm welcome to FIG 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank, for this inspiring and warm welcome to the participants from all over the world. I would like to invite you to plug in. I don't know if the color is still something that people are wondering about, but there's a white cable next to you on the floor. So please, I would invite you to take the cable and
yeah, it's there.
Good. And then to plug in, please, in the next to the red one.
Okay. You're wondering whether I would make a mistake?
No. Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
I managed.
Very nice.
So we're almost connected, but before we do the final plug, we will watch the third movie of the interview with Arnold Brecht. And this one will focus on how geoinformation contributes to solving the climate crisis, and also how it can contribute to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Enjoy the third part of the interview.
be honest, I think not. Except a few exceptions. For instance, I think in the Netherlands, the Dutch cadastre is really very active in stimulating the SDGs with their data. However, in general, the support could be more. I see two roles. First of all, to help with the data to make the status of the SDGs visible. And the second role is that these problems addressed in the Sustainable Development Goals, which are worldwide problems, of course are not worldwide evenly distributed all over the world. And especially by making them spatially explicit, because they also should be approached or attacked or addressed in a spatial sense. And there, the geosector can really play a significant role. Well, if you look at the Netherlands, I think SDGs are important. They're also discussed quite a lot. However, I think in our field, except the Dutch cadastre, they are really active on that, it could be discussed more in our field, both in education, in research and applications. Well, my last message for you is that I really wish you a very pleasant week. Follow presentations, talk to each other, communicate, interact. Because with all the innovations in our geo-domain, the key factor for making that all happens are people like you. And you are the ones who drive our innovation for now and in the future. And with this, I wish you a very, very enjoyable and learningful week.
Welcome everyone back to the studio. I'm now turning to you, Freek van der Meer. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. It's also a pleasure to have you here. Freek is Dean at the International Institute of Geoinformation and Science and Earth Observation, ITC, at the University of Twente. And I think many of our viewers know the name ITC and University of Twente very well around the world. Set a big footprint in many places around the world, and a lot of students who are now more experienced surveyors and seasoned surveyors have been in contact with University of Twente. Freek has a background in geology and remote sensing and focuses his research on the energy transition. It's a pleasure to have you here, and I'll give the word to you now, Freek.
Thank you very much. And of course, also from ITC, a warm welcome to everybody here on the conference. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Time zones don't matter anymore when we are on conferences, which is an interesting fact of life. Indeed, my name is Freek van der Meer. I'm the Dean of the Faculty for Geoinformation, Science and Earth Observation at the University of Twente, but I guess internationally mostly known by ITC, which is the International Training Center for Aerial Survey, for which we have been established about 70 years ago. 5 years of preparation to come to this event and to sit at this table. We planned to have this meeting face-to-face in Amsterdam, but unfortunately we do it online now. But fortunately for those of you, it's very rainy outside and it's predicted rainy the whole week. So maybe an e-workshop is a very good and a wise decision. The e-workshop is about to start. It was really a long journey. And I'm really proud and honored to be part of that journey and to be part of the opening ceremony of this event today, with many of you online. So, ITC indeed is a truly international community. We have 25,000 alumni all over the world, with the majority in Africa and in Asia, and we're happy to meet many of them here at this kind of conferences. And in ITC we work from the philosophy that spatial thinking and multidimensional information really make the difference when you talk about policy making in sectors like forestry, urban development and land administration. And we feel that the themes of FIG Work Week 2021 are really very well chosen, and they really align with the big transitions that our societies are in at the moment. If you look at integrated land and water management and the focus on sustainable development goals, I think that's more and more important to make our societies disaster resilient, if you wish. And for that, indeed, we need smart surveyors that can deal with the challenges of a new reality. And I think the surveyors have shown in these 2 years of pandemic that they are really able to deal with those challenges, that they're really resilient people. And I think we can be very proud of what we have achieved. And I quote from the FIG conference, it will give passionate professionals the opportunity to learn globally and enabling people and organizations to constantly develop. I think that's a very nice statement because it resonates very well also with the philosophy of ITC, which is focused on lifelong learning. So I'm really happy with these chosen topics. And I'm also very keen, and I think all of staff from ITC are very keen to have a dialogue with all of you here with us and all your organizations throughout this week. And I'm also happy to announce that we will have from the ITC an alumni event tomorrow on the 22nd, which will be at noon and in the evening to allow everybody to join. And there is a digital booth where I hope we can meet a lot of old friends and make new friends. So from this position, let me also thank the FIG office, the local organizing committee, and the many, many volunteers behind the scene that made this event possible. There's a lot of hard work, as I said, 5 years of hard work, lots of people behind the scene to make this happen. So a great thank you to all those individuals and also organizations. Last, I would say just enjoy this week. It's packed with keynotes. We have tech program, there are workshop forums, and I really recommend people also to use the virtual platform to mingle, to meet, to catch up, and to make new friends and meet old friends. So thank you for the opportunity and wish you all a great week. Look forward to seeing you. Give the word back to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Freek. And indeed, there will be plenty of opportunities to meet and to interact. So we're really happy that the platform will offer that. I would like to invite you to do the last plug. Most likely, people already guessed the colors, but maybe for the ones who's a surprise, drum roll, it's the color blue. So you will see it forms the Dutch flag. Thank you, Freek, for plugging in. And now all 4 organizing parties have symbolically plugged in, as you've seen before. But before we officially can announce this event for opened, let me share you a little bit of what will happen in the next few minutes. We will showcase the many volunteers that helped to prepare this event. Like Freek was saying, there were many years of preparations indeed, and also many people behind the stages who make this event possible. So we will do a countdown, and then at the end we will reveal a special gift. Louise, you will explain the gift, and we also have chosen some special music to accompany this. So that will be after we announce this for event officially opened. So maybe Louise, you can explain a little bit about why we've chosen this gift.
Oh, certainly, Paula. I'm very proud that we have this gift for you, which leads me to say that in this conference we have several partners. We have UN partners, we have the World Bank, we have our national partners, and we also have our sponsors. And we would never have any conference if it wasn't for our sponsors. So I will encourage all of you to visit the place called Expo and really explore what's in there. Visit all of them. You can make appointments with them. You can have a chat with them. You can see what they are offering. Some also have some sessions. And we are really thankful to our sponsors. And one of our partners is actually the organization called Get Kids Into Survey. And it's really nice that we have this partnership with them this year. And they have made a special drawing for us. And please look carefully to these drawings, because there are nice small details in them. And I hope that you will recognize them all. And this drawing will actually also be in your virtual conference bag that you will also receive. So watch out for your conference bag, and watch out for this special drawing. And then finally, we still have a switch to turn on. So Paula, for this I am definitely looking at you. You should be the one as co-conference director to switch this on. And when you do this, this will then turn on the final countdown that Paula talked about. And of course, as in every FIG conference, we will then play the FIG fanfare. Normally everybody rises or stands up for the fanfare, so we can do that here in the studio. And I'm sure we don't know what you're doing at home, but please enjoy the fanfare and this small countdown video. And with these words, I will also declare the working week for open. So Paula, could you please turn on the switch?
Okay, ready to go.
The FIG working week is open now. Thank you.